Tonya Stapleton is the legal guardian and great aunt of 7-year-old Chloe, and she tells me it was last year when a teacher allegedly, repeatedly, grabbed the little girl's face. She says a conversation about an incident came up.
I just want to let you know I had an incident with Chloe today. She crumbled so-and-so's card. I can't even remember the little boy's name. He's been out sick, and that was it, basically.
Northwest Lawrence Elementary School in Lawrence County, Georgia. Let's talk about this. Why is this video going viral now when this incident took place over a year ago? Well, the mother, Tonya Stapleton, which she's the legal guardian of Chloe, 7-year-old, which, by the way, I edited and blurred out all the other kids. The only child you'll see is Chloe. You know, the mother's trying to bring attention to this, and she's been on the news, and she's been publicly showing her child, as a disclaimer. So the big thing started with that is that this teacher goes and grabs her by the chin, or it looks like neck to me. She does it like 3 times very aggressively.
3. That's how many times Stapleton says Chloe was grabbed. Stapleton shows me in the video a father walking by when this happened. She says this is the person that alerted officials.
And a lot of people are bothered about this. Now, the way the mother was able to obtain this was that she got it from Professional Standards Commission last month, even though this happened over a year ago.
An incident happened with the teacher and Chloe, and everything's fine. She seems to be okay, but we wanted to share it with you.
The incident, Stapleton says, a video that allegedly shows Chloe's teacher grabbing her face. She tells me she got it from the Professional Standards Commission last month, despite the incident happening over a year ago.
I personally will have a huge issue with this, but not only that, the mother was saying that the school told her a year ago that some incident happened, but they weren't specific about it, that she had crumbled somebody's napkin, so there was a little incident and that was it. They never mentioned, allegedly to her, none of this stuff. So for this to pop up later, which I'm not surprised, what else goes on in that school?
Now, Stapleton tells me the alleged teacher in question still works at the school. I did reach out to that school for further comment and to confirm this, and I've gotten no response yet.
So because of the very limited time that I have tonight, I wanted to end off with the Sun Sentinel video clip where they did investigations in the public schools here in Florida.
School districts across the state of Florida are hiding countless crimes that take place on campus, defying state laws and leaving parents with the false impression that children are safer than they are.
To give you a few bites from the article, crimes such as teachers sexually abusing students have been withheld simply because they weren't committed by the students, an omission that violates state law and masks the problem.
An investigation by the Sun Sentinel found that many serious offenses are never reported to the state as required. A number of schools report no incidents at all.
On average, more than 600 schools, 1 in 5, fail to report to the state each year, suggesting that nothing at all happened. Many schools seeking to protect their reputations continue to file false information even after the state warns them against it. The Sun Sentinel analyzed 2,700 crime reports that Florida schools submitted to the Department of Education over the past 10 years. The newspaper then reviewed crime logs, police reports, school records, and news coverage to identify discrepancies. The analysis showed that false reports are rife across Florida.
At least 900 schools failed to report any crimes or bullying at least once in the past 10 years.
Addison Meinzer Elementary in Boca Raton sent no reports to the state for 2015 to 2016 or 2016 to 2017. Not even after a 7-year-old boy with autism reported that 2 classmates forced him into sex acts in a playground. Can you believe that? They wouldn't even report that. That was in November 2015. Police and child welfare officials investigated the school district paid $185,000 to settle a lawsuit from the boy's family, who claimed that the district had failed to properly supervise the students. You know, after I did that whole Florida bit and editing it up and chopping it up and stuff, I figured after the fact, I was like, man, I should have did something from Georgia to line up with the story in the beginning. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to portray is that these schools, a lot of them, they're hiding, withholding information, and that's what is disturbing about this clip in the beginning. You know, I just can't imagine seeing your child like that. Like I would. I mean, I know a lot of people would probably lose it. I mean, she didn't it wasn't like detrimental what she was doing to the child, but it almost seemed like it was so normal to her, and the people around her, that others looked like another teacher or some sort of like aide, just kind of stood there. And I don't know if she was shocked or they're just used to this, because that lady looked very comfortable doing it, you know. So, and it's just crazy to me that she still has a job. Oh, and the final thing too I'll say before I get off of here is, for all these movements that they have, Me Too and BTW and whatever, ST and the cancel culture, I never see them canceling these schools and the teachers in these districts. They seem to have no problem. I mean, can you imagine your child in school, they tell you some sort of incident happened or something, oh, don't worry about it or whatever. A year later, you're seeing video footage and you're like, what? Oh, and salute to the dad, salute to the father that reported that. And that's where you can almost make the argument for it takes a village to raise a child. The village is corrupt. It's very corrupt. And maybe there's a few people out there, people that actually care. If you wouldn't have done that, maybe this would have never came out. There was an incident in one of my previous daughter's daycare where I saw this daycare teacher. She was I've told this story before. She was like yelling at the kids. And, I was kind of looking, I was watching because it was like a see-through window. And then she starts like kind of yelling. I can tell like I can't hear her because I can't hear the sound, but I can see the expressions on her face. And she's pointing at her or whatever. So I'm just kind of looking. I'm like, okay, not a big deal. Then she starts like kind of like, how people do like that whole like jerk forward thing like this? She was doing that to a little child. And I was like, okay, that doesn't look right. Then she picks up the child really hard. And just like, boom, like puts her down in her seat or something, but like hard. And that's when I went and reported it after. But I stayed watching because I wanted to see what she was going to do. And the moment she noticed that I was looking, she just started she put on this whole thing. Yeah, like she was playing and pretending she didn't know that I caught her that entire time. So I reported it to the teacher. I don't know what came of that. I mean, not to the teacher, to the people in the office. But the thing is, too, when you make a report, who knows if they're actually even going to do anything about it? They could just say, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And do nothing. So comment below, let me know your thoughts. Crazy. If you haven't seen the Destiny School Christian School videos that I've covered, it was another school with different stories and had interviews. I'll put the links down below if you want to check that out. Have a good night, take care of yourselves, and peace.
I see potential.